Man, what day is it? Shit, 12, 30, 2023. You already know what it is. I mean, if you don't know, then hold on for a minute. You about to find out. Let's try it again. I don't know if that was too loud. You gonna have to turn me down. Turn me up in my headphones.
Turn me up one time.
Put some trouble in it.
Turn me up one time.
Put some trouble in it. Oh, I can't hear to turn the trouble up.
Turn them shits up.
Turn them shits up. Yo.
What?
Yeah.
Greatest rapper of all time. Dialing.
Why you had to bring this guy into it? He just fast forwarding already into the episode. Listen, we hype for a reason. It's been a minute. We've been gone and we back for the sentence. Bring the bricks out the back to the front end. And let me get some. Hey. Yeah, let me get some skins. Listen, man. Come on, it's Shady. Who else?
Mobius.
Who else? You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
The pilot and the co-pilot. You know what I'm saying? He driving while I'm rolling out. You know, it is what it is. But we here, man. It's December, man. This year has been crazy. This is literally the year with the least amount of episodes since we started recording, though. I'm a little stressed about that.
It's the year. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has happened. Was the wrap up that he do it this year?
I don't even know. Oh well, I'm about to say it is the 30th, so maybe he should have released it.
Okay. So while you do that, I'm going to catch the people up on what's going on. He did, yes.
He put a teaser out. Hold up.
2 days ago.
With Shot, the teaser has a shot to Trick Daddy. Why are we doing this Revolt news? Revolt.
Oh, I got some more news.
Shout out to Revolt.
I got one more. It's music related.
Listen, man, we are it's lit. Like, if you ain't never heard one of our year wrap up or like New Year's episodes, then you probably have no clue that we like low key about this guy Uncle Murder. Like, we have spent at least an hour going through his lyrics. Like, this is absurd. Did you know? Because I didn't know. Hey, like, you could literally, like, the future is going to be lit because they're going to be able to come back and be like, 2020, what is that? Just listen to the Uncle Murder wrap up. He going to tell you everything you need to know for the brown people. But you know what it is. It's the unknown unknowns. You know, we doing it like we always do it. We coming back to just spit some facts. You know, we trying to bring up good vibes. That's what this episode is really about. We back for positivity. It's the end of the year. You know how we go down that rabbit hole. We going to touch the rabbit hole. But it's not all about the rabbit hole. Like, you know, Mobius real life came to me and he was like, listen, man, you know, I'm trying. Yeah, I wanted to be positive.
Yeah.
It's too much deep fucked up shit going on in this world today.
So let me tell you how we got here, right?
Out my mother womb.
One of my favorite guitar players had dropped a new album with a buddy of his, Canadian guitar player. Man, it's just a banger. The whole album is just amazing. It's on Bandcamp. It's on their website. The band is called Portraits.
Hold on, we putting people on. I hope they gonna give me $5, $10 on Cash. I will sign.
All right, maybe we get that out. But anyway, so they
shout out to the band.
They dropped that jank, and then my Shady was like, "Hey, so new episode time, yeah." And I was like, "Okay, we should do something about music," because I was feeling, I was really feeling. I wanted to talk about music and stuff, and on my page, I do Bandcamp buys and. I try to introduce people to new music and stuff like that. I actually haven't done one of those in a very, very long time. Probably around the same time as our last episode, if not before. I just hadn't really been feeling motivated the second half of this year to make any posts. Stories, sure, but, I haven't been on my personal thing doing anything either. So I'm hoping this will be a kind of a return to form of sorts, for both us at here at the Unknown Labs,
Woo.
and for my page and my band's page and stuff like that, trying to get back into doing stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
that's kind of how we got here. And so what are we starting off with?
I don't know how we always do. You know what I'm saying?
Some
Like
some gaming news.
some gaming news, current events. Get into the topic that's topic.
Alright. Let me see.
We the best. Listen, the recklessness, sobriety is a dangerous bedfellow. What?
So in news, we got E3
Oh yeah, I remember you was telling me.
is officially canceled.
Ain't no E3.
That's it. It was E3, short for Electronic Entertainment Expo, the annual. This is from Wikipedia. The annual trade event for the video game industry, organized and presented by the ESA, the Entertainment Software Association. It was held principally in Los Angeles from 1995 to 2019, with its final iteration being virtually held in 2021. If you're a gamer, even a little bit, you have heard of this company or this organization, this big event that took place every year in summertime, so between June and August. It wasn't always about video games. It was about computer and tech, software, all that stuff. But it slowly, over time, as the video game industry blew up into this ginormous beast that it is now, video games became an essential part of it. And if any of you guys remember the year Nintendo had pulled out to do their own thing, that was kind of the writing on the wall. It kind of set the precedent, because now companies like Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, they don't necessarily have to bend to the will that is E3 in that limited time to organize, and all the stuff that the rules and requirements and restrictions. They don't have to do all that. They can just go and do their own conference, and it works because all of those three companies can stand on their own feet. They're ginormous companies. At that point, E3's.
I feel like it's cutting into the whole like competition of things.
Yeah.
Like, and I enjoyed that. I don't plan on getting a PlayStation, but like being able to see what PlayStation got going on, so I can at least be like, oh man, they gave y'all that game, like whatever. Because otherwise, I would not know it all. So I mean,
they
and
still
then it always made me want to get on PC when they would talk about PC
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to get that. But
for me, I felt like E3 is important, especially for indie developers.
Yeah,
yeah.
They
but
need the exposure.
It's especially important to kind of test the waters. If you are one of the lucky few to make it to E3 and you get to the Sony booth and you get your hands on the game, either as a guest whenever it was open to the public, or as a journalist, that was really important, because as these people were describing the game to you, you saw the very scripted trailer they do, whether it was real gameplay or CG, hopefully real gameplay. Then you yourself got to play the game and go, all right, it's demo beta, but whatever, you can feel it, and you can spread that to the community who's eagerly waiting for anybody who's going to, so that I feel like
waste a $60, $70, $80
yeah, which is the standard practice now, is
games.
You don't get a chance to play it, you just play it when it comes out, and it's probably broken or has an enormous day one update. So I feel like the community really suffers from that being not being able to get your hands on it. There is talk of bringing it back. I don't know exactly how, in what form, but there is talk. It's a giant. And then of course we still have GDC, which is a different conference, Game Developers Conference, and then Gamescom, which is the European version of E3. That's still going on, and that looks like it's the biggest one in the world now, I think. So yeah, E3's gone, and man, not with a bang, but with a whimper. It just COVID really just
Yes, it would have whimpered
it
though.
it just kept getting after 2020. That was it. The last physical one was in 2020.
Virtual.
Sorry,
Don't
2019.
nobody care. People gonna watch it when they want, when they feel like it or not. They just looking for clips online. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody like it. Was
and that
just,
was the other thing. Like
yeah.
I don't have to sit through the whole press
The
conference. I'm just gonna
ADD
go
is
to
real.
Angry Joe or something and listen to him talk about how he thinks all these games are trash. Uh, Other game news. Battlefield 2042 is actually pretty good now.
Just oh my gosh.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
Every time
That's
he
it.
love these people, y'all. Please
That's
send
it.
him
Well, I'm
the
talking
next
about
one. I don't know.
I'm talking about Battlefield because for me, Battlefield Bad Company's servers have sunset on December 8th, and it was a sad day. It was a very sad day. I had to work, but I was there that week and I played the games, and it was something else. So
We gotta figure out like how much money you gotta have like to run a
to run a
server.
server,
Yeah.
there are people not
No, I
on
know
console,
there really are people. No, for real on
yeah,
Unreal Tournament.
yeah,
That game came out in 2000.
yep,
It's people
still
still
playing.
running the servers because Unreal is not paying for that.
Nope, it's
Like,
people
bro, and
hosting
that's
their own servers.
lit. Like, you
So going
love
to
this
that,
game so much.
that you're
That's what I'm
paying,
talking
yeah,
about. Real gamers.
yeah.
Like, I don't really bang with Reddit, but I feel like the person who running the server, he's a Reddit kind of guy.
And so going into
Straight up.
that, people have been able to play Halo 3s on its original servers.
I remember
Recently,
when we played it, what, last year and put it on one of the episodes?
yeah, because the servers had
Big
shut down.
glitching, bro. They gave out that legendary pack of 20 Halo games, bruh. Trash.
Yeah, so the servers shut down in 2022, I think, but now people have been, modding their systems and accounts to be able to get online and stuff
Ain't
like
nobody
that.
playing with them. They hacking everything.
Well, as
You
long
not
as
playing with us gamers. We gonna cop, what is it called?
what?
An emulator. ASAP early.
Well, I'm talking about playing online against each other.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But if you get on the right emulator site, I'm sure somebody has made a way out of no way.
Somewhere.
Not trying to get caught up though.
All right.
Not trying to get fined. Oh, I do got some random news.
Okay.
No, I need to get
Is it
under control
gaming?
first. No, it's
All
not.
right.
Go ahead.
This isn't gaming, but it's related, sort of. Vizio agrees to pay $3 million for an alleged false refresh rate claims. This is from The Verge, coming at us. Basically, if you bought a Vizio TV in California on April 30th, 2014, Vizio may owe you some money. The company has agreed to pay out $3 million after a 2018 class action lawsuit alleging that its marketing of the 120 and 240 hertz effective refresh rates was false and deceptive. Vizio denies they did anything wrong, yada yada yada. They're of course they're gonna fight it, and
Wow.
but basically, like, if you're playing games and stuff like that, that refresh rate is how smooth the image is when you're playing, how fast the image updates on the screen and stuff like that. It's not too unsimilar to frames, 60 frames a second, yada yada yada. So, but that's into the game versus on your TV. Like, if your TV can't go past a certain threshold, then you could have a bajillion frames a second, but your TV's just not going to be able to keep up. It's the same when people talk about like 4K resolution. After a certain point, like, the TV might be capable of doing it, but who's actually filming in 4K besides like dudes running IMAX cameras or something?
Well, what I heard was part of the issue with purchasing these TVs or purchasing these consoles that have all of this is, yes, like you said, the compatibility of the capabilities, because every device then you hook up to it. It's not just the TV and whatever console you're using. It's like the HDMI cord got to be up to snuff. The Wi-Fi got to be up to snuff. Like, it's, it's whatever. It's like people just kind of throwing their money away because somebody said it sounds amazing.
Got a few more. Starfield's review falls to mostly negative because it's just a trash game. Honestly, there's nothing really happening in there.
Well, that ain't Star Fox. Who
No, no,
cares?
Starfield.
I know. I know.
The
Still funny.
NASA Bethesda, which is a company that makes games in Bethesda, Maryland.
Woo! Awesome.
Yeah, they yeah, I mean, I played
We
it.
often
It's
talk
all
about
right,
them.
but it's until mod support gets in there, it's really just gonna stay at mostly negative. So,
Oh,
yeah,
it's too glitchy.
no, it's just not good.
Oh my
It's
god.
not broken by any means,
It's
because
just
then
the
it would just be
storyline is
overwhelmingly negative.
trash.
But the gameplay, what's in it, it's there's not really anything to keep you playing. The day before is basically a scam. It was one of the
Wow.
most anticipated games in the next to Grand Theft Auto and Cyberpunk in the last probably 5 or 6 to 10 years. Like the day before is a game that's been accused of being a scam. However, developer Fantastic has denied these allegations and provided
What?
further context. It's a game that was they hyped it up to be this thing, and then it went dark, and then they hyped it up, and then they had to change their name. They had to change it back via a lawsuit, and then it's just too much, and there was no.
So is it really a real game?
No, it was something that actually released, and then within like a week, the server shut down because the company went bankrupt because
So
the
a
game.
WAS.
Yeah,
It was a real
it
game at some
was.
point.
Yeah, but it basically was a scam.
But it's not a scam if it was a real
It's a
game.
scam because they didn't tell people the state of the game before you bought it, and now you
Well,
the
maybe we
game
was
the
hoping
company
that
doesn't
enough
exist
people
anymore.
was
They went
going to
bankrupt.
buy the game to get us out the hole.
Yeah, which is
Maybe
how
we
that
thought
works
our
sometimes
investors
with
was
indie games and
gonna-
stuff.
No, that's how business works. Child,
Yes.
please. Niggas be going out on a limb, signing contracts, doing deals, and tomorrow be broke as shit. What the hell?
Well, that's it for gaming news. What you got?
Alright, so on some regular old hood news, December tragic reality. I don't know what the December tragic reality news do I have. So, Anyway, I don't know too much about YSL case. I thought he was already, been locked up. I already know he on RICO charges. Everybody know. But what I didn't know that the case is not wrapped up. Like, that's what I really didn't know. I didn't realize what the RICO charges was. It's not that you was doing the crime. It's that you pay him to pay him to pay him to pay him to trick other people to be involved in crimes where they may or may not be aware that they're involved in crimes. Like, it was so deep. And part of it is like, come on, don't nobody want to snitch or don't nobody want to be known for snitching.
So now we're gonna get you all.
But yeah, but that's, I feel like, but everybody needs to go down, but unfortunately, that's not how it goes. And in R. Kelly case, everybody came out the woodworks. So what I don't know about the YSL case is like, is anybody snitching against him? Like, I'm wondering, like, is it just the evidence of the police, or did somebody say, we know, we seen, he did, pointing fingers like R. Kelly? Anyway, so what our young person, what was his name on the show?
I don't remember.
Classic Man Trap Boomin'. That's his name. Classic Man Trap Boomin' basically said that one day, during the most recent trial session that they had, the judge or somebody was using Bleach, the anime, as an analogy. I think he said it was his lawyer or something. And apparently there's a bunch of memes all over the internet. So look, y'all probably know better than me. Go ahead and look it up, check it out. My whole thing was like, where are we at today? You cannot have a conversation with a random person without anime coming up. Like, this is where we at 2023 in the United States. Like, there's anime people and then there's non-anime people. And it seems like there's a shit ton of anime people out here that were hiding in a closet, I guess, ashamed of being nerdy, and now it's a hip thing. And shit, I'm with it. I don't know. I didn't even know I was watching anime when I was watching anime. So it is what it is. So I thought that was funny because I felt like the courtroom is not a place, but they were trying to relate and blah, 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 etc. So back to the thing that Mobius asked me earlier. Yes, Uncle Murda definitely released some type of teaser for the wrap up. I'm very excited. I hope y'all check it out. You already know we're going to come back after listening to it like 5 times. We're going to come back and be like, why ain't nobody tell me this happened in 2023? Like every time Uncle Murder, you good for that, bro. You good for it. So he always got that tea for me. So I'm very excited that he's healthy, he's alive, and he's talking more shit, you know.
I found it. It stands for truly humble under God.
Yeah, Doug is truly humble under God. I'm pretty sure them songs that you say, them things you saying in them songs,
That
nigga,
ain't it.
they're busting your chopper, glick glick, rat-tat-tat-tat. Like, listen, I don't know the lyrics of this song, but I'm telling you, you know. If you listen to that or you don't, I'm not a fan, but it's pop music, so. Oh, my other story. Let me get the Uncle Murder out the way. My other story was this. What popped in my head when you was doing yours, and I was like, random news story. Somebody got caught in December in Durham, North Carolina. He sold over 1,000 fake pairs of shoes and boots, and now he's facing multiple felony charges. He over here scamming them Nikes, bro. So I want to shout out to people making a way out of no way. I want to shout out to them scammers. I want to shout out to them counterfeiters. You know, it's December. It's been your year. It's been your month since November. Y'all niggas out here grinding. Get that money, okay? Listen, I don't support crimes. What? Or violence. And I don't condone violence.
Okay.
Says one of my favorite, Rashad Ritchie, indisputable. I don't condone it, but shit, it's hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, he getting caught up for criminal use of counterfeit trademark, possession of a firearm, the possession of a stolen firearm. Why you do that? Why you do that? Possession of, oh my gosh, trafficking heroin and opium. You not even just selling shoes. You got to pick one, homie. Okay? Possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver the Schedule 2 controlled substance. Oh, this is not good. Maintaining a building used for keeping and selling a controlled substance. Wow. You can't even own a building no more. They should go get him on the RICO in a minute. He got caught up with 984 pairs of Nikes, 86 pairs of Adidas, 36 pairs of Timberlands. You know everybody want them Timberlands, and 11 pairs of Nike Louis Vuitton shoes. Bruh. If they were authentic, they would have been valued at $192,000 in sneakers and boots and shoes. This is crazy. Not only are consumers getting inferior quality goods when they buy counterfeits, they're supporting criminals who harm honest manufacturers and merchants, says the North Carolina Secretary of State Elaine Marshall. Guess what, Elaine? We don't care. I'm not giving China all this money because at the end of the day, bro, I don't even got a problem against China. Let's keep it real. The shit that's going on in the United States is already sketchy. The Food and Drug Administration is sketchy. The CDA is CDA. The CDC is sketchy as hell. The
FDA, you said that?
Yeah, the FDA. The pharmaceuticals companies is sketchy as shit.
The who?
The pharmaceutical companies.
Who? WHO.
Oh my goodness. Who is all the sketchy shit they got going on. We not even trying to, bro. Oh my goodness. The real current events that we not talking about right now, when I say it's for the sake of mental health, it's for the sake of like an attempt at joy and happiness. At the end of the day, you choose how you think and how you feel about the information that you're digesting. But we too understand greatly how knowing the information of the current state of the world it's fucking stressful. And so that's why we was just trying to step aside, because literally the world, like we've been saying this for 2 years, the world is literally on fire. We pointed out on the CDC website when they was talking about zombies. Now they talking about deer zombies. It's too much, bro. So if the scammers gonna scam and get they little shit that they need to help them forget about the reality, that's cool. But obviously this guy wasn't just scamming on shoes. He got heroin and opium. I don't really recommend that you do all that. I really don't. If you ain't the pharmaceutical company,
Why
they
you
the
gotta
only
go
one.
and do that? Huh, huh, huh.
Look, they the only one the government gonna let sell these drugs. So, all I can say is, don't have all your crimes working together in the same place. Like, I don't know what else to say. Cause he could have just got caught for shoes. And that was bad enough. But the heroin and the opium, they gonna want you to snitch. So anyway, shout out to Darius. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Levar Baptiste. Ooh, I love it. It's your family from New Orleans. Baby. Anyway, so that was my current event news. But my little ramble and rant just really kind of touched on what we're going to be getting into. So the topic line that I wanted to start with, oh my goodness. Suge Knight was attacked, so we have to discuss this.
No, he was attacked in jail. Public defenders for Keith filed paperwork asking a judge to release him with stipulations. That's what? No.
Adding their client's public statements about the killing were for entertainment purposes. So he's saying he only pled guilty or said that he killed Tupac for fame, nigga, but he ain't really do it. And guess what? By the way, y'all niggas ain't got no evidence, so let me out now? After all these years? Bro, I don't know what's going on. Mobius, he's sliding through the story, but...
Gaston Glock died.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he told me about this. We definitely had to cover this. We are... Man, shout out to all the murderers. I don't know. Murder affiliates? Like, what do we call Gaston Glock? Thanks for the guns, homie.
He was
R.I.P.
an Austrian, an Austrian-born curtain rod manufacturer.
What?
Born in the...
Why not? I already got that steel pipe for
1929, and then he decided to make guns. But I guess you're not wrong, because in 1999 he tried to murder one of his financial advisors for embezzlement.
Exact, bro. I make guns. You handle my gun money, and you try to rob me. We not going out like that, bro. He fucked with the wrong one. Like, what is going through your mind? Oh, he got a lot to lose. Oh, he like to play with guns, but he not gonna use it. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I got your ass.
He died at 94 on December.
Gaston?
Yeah. On the 27th of December.
Oh, he just died.
He just died. So,
wow. Rest in peace.
Rip.
Big GG Gaston Glock. I feel like December will be a really great month to be like mental health awareness. Apparently mental health awareness is the month of May. I feel like December is a good month for that. With us not really being super pagan celebrators, if you've seen season 1, 2, or 3, you already know how we feel about holidays. And so I feel like I find the struggle of like trying to find a place of what do I celebrate? Like, what's important to me? Of course, it's easy because my birthday's in December. Shout out to Big Shady who was in AC. Like we always do it up every time, every year.
Like we always do it this time.
It was lit. We was in the casinos and all that. But anyway, that's my December holiday. That's what make me happy. I buy people gifts and I give them on my birthday or near my birthday. Because it makes me feel good to see the people that I love also feeling good also. But it's not easy. And I've been thinking about this a lot more, especially in raising my daughter, of like, how do I continue to help her be set apart? Mm-hmm. While everybody else is doing this thing, while everybody else is doing this thing wearing red and green, while everybody else is doing this thing telling lies, Jesus is the reason for the season. No. The reason why we're here on this earth is the creator, whoever their name may be, Emmanuel, Lord with us, whatever it is. But there's not no particular day or particular time that we should be worshiping in celebration of any of these things. We should all be grateful for life each and every day that we wake up, which is like every day is your birthday, right? Like every day I woke up, you was breathing today.
Living life to the fullest every day type.
Yeah, like appreciating the fact that you are alive. Appreciating the people that are around you, I guess, is more so the season, the positive spirit in Christmas, showing the people that you love, that you care about, by spending your money, your hard earned time, stressed out, shopping, going broke.
And piling it all into about a month or a week or a day, depending on how late your Christmas shopping is done.
Or
But
how
you don't got
tight
to do
your
that.
work schedule
Yeah,
is.
that too.
Like working all this overtime to have enough money to take this time off to do these things that don't make no sense. Like I'm struggling with how, what's like, what, how do I show my daughter like it's okay to look at trees, but no, we're not going to have any. It's okay to look at the lights, and her not be upset and frustrated or feel like something is wrong with what we're doing or how we're treating the situation. So that's been really on my mind. And so, again, one of the reasons why I picked the mental health, because it's not only the people that do celebrate it that's going through it,
But the people that don't.
the
Too.
people that don't, right? Like you done lost people. You done lost people in December. Like that's hard for people who do enjoy celebrating these holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But then the people who don't, or don't even have anybody to celebrate things that they don't want to celebrate or don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very lonely time of the year. And so I just want everybody to know, like, you're not alone. If you're having these feelings of like, I ain't got no family to go spend these days with, or ain't nobody buy me no gifts, or ain't nobody call me and say nothing nice to me, like, I want you to know that you and yourself is most important. And you got to be able to love yourself more than you expect anybody else to love you. And when I tell you that's coming from my journey, I really mean that from my heart. Like I can say these words and it sound real good, but even I have not yet mastered these things. But that's something that definitely I don't like to talk about. What is it when you just say you're gonna do shit for New Year's?
Oh, resolutions.
Yeah, I don't really like to get into that too much, but I also feel like naturally there should be some type of long, deep thought about what are you gonna do different, or what is your current state of
the
affairs,
goals and stuff.
or like there should be
forward progression,
a reevaluation to help you progress forward. Absolutely. And so I feel like that's what we should be more focused on. It's the end of the year. What are you going to do next year? What did you want to do this year that you weren't able to do next year? I mean, yeah, that you weren't able to do. So now let's try to do it next year. Like, what are the steps that we're missing? Like, love yourself.
Let's back up to the thing about your daughter and the Christmas thing. You want to talk about that?
Go ahead.
So the last couple years, me and my friends have been doing a sort of Friendsmas thing.
I ain't never get invited.
You came last year.
Oh my God,
it was cold. It was very cold.
I don't even remember.
That was freezing. Yeah, you came last.
So,
you
like,
came
what
last
are you
year.
talking about?
You came last year because Mom was supposed to come because we were just going to do a regular Xmas, and she was like, "Hey, it's cold. You kids have fun."
She got any excuse, bro. I can't.
It's
cold. It's raining.
It was cold.
I'm warm. Though. My neck is hot.
It
what?
was so cold that day, though.
Old people, though.
So we did Friendsmas or whatever. But I think it is important to talk about, like, check on your friends, check on your family, people who
never know.
who
seemingly are
okay, but they really could be falling apart. Like, seasonal depression is real.
Yeah.
I read somewhere it was like it was like one of those, hey, can we normalize this thing type comments, and what it was saying was between the months of
probably
September, but it's still closer to December, closer to November. Closer to November, because people start putting up their Christmas lights and stuff. So from November to about February, late February, March, can we leave Christmas lights up or just decorations and stuff? Because it's dark. It's very dark outside. And as you're going about your business and stuff, after December and all those lights get taken down, it's dark and sad and depressing again. And
oh wow, so I never heard it from the perspective of the
it's not
the lights or
it's not about the decorations themselves. It's more just more light outside. It gives you an emotional boost a little bit.
Wow. And that's real talk. Like when you think about how much the sun affects you and your body,
Mm-hmm.
and what people don't realize about not getting enough sun, like you will mess your body up just
Yeah.
from not getting enough sun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it doesn't, and again, it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas decorations,
Yeah.
but just
Just the
something to
lights for
give
you.
enough
Yeah.
light. So while you can carry on your day and stuff like that, it also, that emotional boost is nice because you can go and go, oh, it's almost like when you go into a casino and they don't have windows and stuff and you spend way too
That's
long in
how
there.
they do it. That's
Yeah.
how they do it. Yeah, it's the brainwashing. Look, you spot on. It's the trickery. It's the manipulation of like, here are all these bright lights. It's fun and exciting. What do you need a window? You don't need to see outside.
Yep.
We have all the lights and the
All
dark
you need.
roof you
So
need.
for this I feel like
Yeah.
isn't a bad thing though, because there's a lot, people have seasonal depression and they don't know what it is or why they suddenly feel a certain type of
I
way
didn't know until
until people talking about it. This
no.
is,
Well, I heard people talk about it, but that didn't. I don't know if it was like succinct.
mm,
When I was in college, I went to school in Florida.
mm,
Super sunny all the time. I didn't realize until I came home for winter vacation,
why.
and it was so dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy to be home,
Mm-hmm.
but I was depressed. And I was so confused. Like, I literally kissed the ground when I got off the plane because I was so happy to be in DC.
Mm-hmm.
Yet within a few days, I felt like the lack of sunlight was really taking a toll on me. And I was living in my grandmother's basement, like
Yeah.
before I went to college. So when I came home, I'm still in her basement, right? And
Yep.
there's like these little ass windows where you're barely getting any light. And so, yeah, I definitely feel like I noticed that. It was yeah, that's weird. It's
Mm-hmm.
weird. You don't realize it until I feel like you're in that extreme situation because the amount of sunlight you get in the state of Florida, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very different.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the days are shorter, it's still different.
So
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah. So mental health is important. Um, I don't know. What is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act, and help us determine how to think. I'm guessing is the end of that sentence.
Mm.
No, it helps determine how we handle stress and relate to others and make choices. Okay, so let's do that again. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act, and helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Like these are stepping stones. This is the base of your whole childhood, birth, everything. Like everything that happens to you, the whole product of your environment, it all decides where you're going to be at in your mental health journey when you become an adult. And so I just wanted to, again, just touch on that. It's very important for us to focus on loving and take care of ourselves. Mental abuse is important. Yeah, so that's the positive place I want to start from. As we get into what the real topic is, which is music.
Woo.
Woo! So I really wanted to get into, some favorite songs. So I'm gonna start this music topic and how brain waves and all of this stuff, the theta waves, how it affects our brain and everything, and how it affects our mental health and how we think of ourselves and all of these things. I want to get into that, but I want to start off with something like really awesome. So Mobius, what is one of your songs? You could say maybe elementary, middle school, that you just remember that you was cranking to.
You mean like in that period or just?
Yeah, in that period.
All right. So elementary school, it would definitely. I'm gonna do it two sides, right? Because there's the music I listened to with you and mom, and just that side of my life, and then the stuff I was listening to when I was around dad. So,
Okay.
so with you guys, it's a lot of Linkin Park, specifically with you. A lot of Linkin Park. which started its own rabbit hole with new metal and stuff. Limp Bizkit, Korn, all that stuff. Just listening to all that.
Damn.
All of Hybrid Theory. But specifically, Cure for the Itch. Which is...
This ain't even got words I could look up and share with people.
No. But that was something that, you know... Because I liked Runaway. That was a close second.
Every single song. I can't even pick...
You can't pick one. But for me, it was Cure for the Itch.
Rest in peace, Chester.
I liked... Okay, guys, what you have to understand is it's the 90s, right? Or 90s, early 2000s. So what people were listening to is a lot of house and EDM, you know, the predecessor to, you know, modern EDM. So what's that? That's drum and bass. That's early techno, you know.
Club music, club.
Yeah. And if you watched any movie, especially The Matrix, especially like The Italian Job, all those movies had drum and bass in it. All those movies had Triple X, the first Triple X. All those movies had new metal and drum and bass. Like so Cure for the Itch was like a non-movie version of being able to just like I can listen to it over and over and over again.
I'm about to say it had nothing to do with drum and bass, but
what,
yeah.
Cure for the Itch?
Yeah.
Well, it's not, but like, you know,
it was jazzy.
Yeah.
With a scratcher on top, man.
Yep.
Shout out
Mr. Han, DJ Han.
Yep. Shout out to Mr. Han, though, for real.
But
that was okay. So yeah, that was see, Mobius was always different. Like he was here. I listened to Linkin Park and I was able to pass it off to other black people by being like, this Migo can rap. Like no disrespect to nobody. It's all love. That's how I was able to pass it off. Like the Migo and the white boy is spitting, bro. Like you gotta get this guy a chance, bro. They hear that rock music and they hear that guitar. They not trying to hear it. You print out the lyrics and you be like, bruh. You start spitting it. Like
meanwhile, on the West Coast, Eminem is just blowing up right then. You know, like
Eminem is from the Midwest. So when you say West
Dr.
Coast?
Dre.
Oh, I'm so slow. That be throwing me off. Because for real, I mean, we East Coast, and I'm like, what? We was on that hard. I'm saying that like Detroit right here. It's not. It's really not.
You know, so all that's happening, and it was just like the perfect storm that gave us Linkin Park. You know. Lit. So for my dad's side, I'm gonna go. He listened to a lot of jazz and stuff. A lot of Paul Hardcastle. You know, I just as I'm talking, I'm thinking about that now. But the first thing that came to mind was Steely Dan, and I remember we was going to New Jersey one day. This is before 9/11. I remember going to Jersey one day, and he was explaining this non-jazz song to me, and was like, man, this is one of the greatest drum solos ever, blah 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 blah. And I remember the song from the drum solo years before I knew who Steely Dan was, years before I was even listening to them. I didn't really start listening to them again until high school, and I still didn't know that Steely Dan was the guy who made the song Asia. I just happened to come across it and was like, oh, these guys are cool. It's man. So yeah,
it's won awards. It's a famous song.
It's yeah. You know, it's Age of Follows. It's a plethora of genres, including progressive rock and Caribbean music.
Oh, wow.
We can't play it because copyright, but you know, we're gonna.
Y'all can look it up. It's AJA, Aja, or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you said Steely Dan, AJA. That's the song that Mobius is with his two songs
from my childhood. Yeah,
It's for the Scratch, Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory.
Itch for the Cure for the Itch.
Itch for the Scratch. Anything. Cure for the Itch, Linkin Park. Okay. And this guy Steely Dan and Aja or whatever the song is. AJA is how it's spelled. Dang, I knew Mobius was gonna hit me, bro. So okay, I was trying not to do two different genre things. Because I was trying to make it like super simple and not spend too much time thinking about it. But without spending no time thinking about it, the number one thing that come in my head is Eminem. Like, I was listening to Eminem so hard. Mobius, like, he wasn't really into current hip hop. He was always like an old soul, old head, Busta Rhymes, Talib Kweli, what's the guy CDs are Common. Like,
Comment.
he was listening to he like conscious rap, you know what I'm
But
saying? But Eminem, nah. I listened to it so hard that even he knew some of the songs and some of the words. So I want to say I definitely had the Slim Shady LP with the Viking and Pill CD cover, like that was like that. Or album cover. Well, when the cover of the CD, not the album. Anyway, so for me, one of the defining um artists of my childhood was definitely Eminem, and then the song was "I'm Shady." Because come on, y'all already know what's the name. It's Shady, aka Cartier. Like, where we get the Shady from? It's like from Slim Shady. Like, come on, like y'all gotta know, y'all gotta understand. And so that just I spent a lot of time with that. But yeah, the lyrics I definitely looked up that resonated with me. Um, is I'm shady. Like, Eminem is rapping about his white trash life, and he's creating this character, and he's telling you
which one is this
about
one?
him.
Is this
The first one. What the are you talking about?
how does this one go? I can't
This
remember.
is Eminem.
I know. I'm saying, how does the beat go on this one?
Well, I
You
came
don't
in with 2
wanna
Glocks to terrorize your
shady.
burrow. Told you how to slap dips and murder your girl. Gave you the finger and told you to sit and swirl. I can't. Just relax. It's the Slim Shady. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, listen. This was not appropriate music for a child of my
Nope.
age. I can't explain it to you, sir.
Okay.
But I guess the album came out February 23rd, 1999. That's Angelique's birthday. Shout out Slim Shady. Anyway, so that definitely played a part in my childhood. When I think about the rock music side, though, a song that I still listen to that still gets me emotional as I did when I was a teenager, starting out on my rock journey, because it's hard going to a majority black school
Yep.
and being black
That's
and having the very few white people, having one of them as your best friend, and then listening to rock music. Everybody thinking that got something to do with it. She listened to hip hop. She wasn't on rock like I was on rock. So it was like, I'm the rock head, and y'all looking at the white
that's
girl,
always
she's
the
the
funny
rap
part.
head.
Yeah, when that
Yeah, it
happens.
was just, yeah, like our whole attitude was like switched. Like, they was literally like I was the white girl and she was the black girl, and that's how I was portrayed a little bit, because I liked rock music. But I really liked all music at the time except country music. I wasn't really with it, but Shania Twain, we can't hate. Anyways, so yeah, the other thing, like when you start naming your songs, Blink 182 came into my heart.
Okay.
But the song and the artist that I had picked
would have picked
was Stone Temple Pilots.
Okay.
Creep. And so, like, it's just so deep. I just want to read the chorus. We're not singing. We're not doing none of that. Take time with a wounded hand because it likes to heal. Take time with a wounded hand because it likes to steal. Okay? Yes, it likes to heal when it likes to steal. Listen, we breaking hearts. We robbing stores. Listen, it's really deep for me. So, I'm half the man I used to be. For as I feel as the dawn, it fades to gray. And he repeats that over and over. And so those moments of feeling like broken, of feeling like I can't be the version of myself that I decided that I want to be, or I'm not able to commit to trying to be that version of myself, or the feeling of I'm not good enough. What they call it? Angst. Teenage angst. This music, this angry rap music that's inappropriate with the curse words, it makes you feel so expressed. And when you're a teenager, when you're young, when your hormones start motherfucking crack-a-lacking in your soul, you tripping. You tripping out. What they said, that one meme said, oh, you're smelling yourself, huh? Listen, you young, when you the young boy, you start getting muscles. Oh no. Start tripping. You ready to fight your father. Nigga, what? About to get your ass whooped by a grown ass man. But anyway, so the point of, like, I really wanted to bring up these songs is, like, even just talking about the songs, the level of emotions that we're feeling. Like, I don't know if you're able to describe it, but like the feeling of remembering,
Yeah, nostalgia.
remembering the songs in the moments when you heard them, the feelings that they made you feel. Then that's why I pointed that out. Like the song that still stimulate them same feelings, STP, Stone Temple Pilots, Creep, bro. Like that to this day, I still like that. I was listening to that music, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years after it had already came out.
Mm-hmm.
It it's just deep. And so it's something that music literally does to your brain and to your body. And that's what I want us to be a little bit more mindful of the things that we are putting inside of our body. You sound like you want to comment something, and I'm gonna read something from the National Institute of Health.
I would attribute it to the same thing as like smell. You know what grandma cookies smell like. You know what mom's
Mm, yeah.
liver and onions would smell like when she made it, and we didn't want to eat it, but we
At
did.
all.
Like you know,
Oh
the
God.
chitlins, all that. You know what that smells like, and it always transports you to a specific time and stuff. Especially if you have a specific family recipe, and then
Oh, you haven't had it in
and you haven't
yeah.
had in a while,
The
and
nostalgia.
that can be that specific time is like mom's when she make or you when you come over and you make the steak the beef cubes at my house for my birthday. That's really the only time we still eat it now, is
Yeah,
birthday
special occasions. Yeah.
or when it's cold, usually around Christmas and stuff. So for music, it's the same thing. You hear a sound, you hear a certain snare, and you be like, oh, that's the jam from, you know, and you get not stuck in your head in a bad way, but it transports you to that time, either when you first heard it or when you have certain strong emotions attached to it. Like it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah. They say like the eyes is the windows to the soul, but for some people, they have the thing where you're like either a visual or auditory learner. I felt like it's the same thing for your stimulus. If you're more of a visual person, then that's where your the major stimuli is within you, either through your eyes or through your ears. And yeah, we're definitely talking about those ears right now. So I recommend everybody check out the NIH website. The article is The Impact of Music on Bioelectrical Oscillations of the Brain. I don't want to get too deep into it. Um, I've had an EEG before, but it was for my heart, I believe. And so, they come, they hook you up, they put these little patch things over like different nerves or wherever, all over your chest, all over your body, and they send electrical impulses, and they, I don't know, the
Scan
computer is
your
scanning
brain,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, like no, not even on my brain. They did this on my heart because they was checking my heart with this machine, I believe. So anyway, the EEG, I can't say the word, y'all. Yeah, it's too much. Look it up. Is a recording of oscillations of electrical potentials in the brain, sometimes referred to as a window of the mind. It is widely used to evaluate the synaptic actions in the cerebral cortex, which are moderately to strongly connected to the state of the brain. They reflect and identify the baseline brain electrical activity as well as changes that happen during distinct deep sleep stages, anesthesia, y'all know about that. Be careful with that. Epileptic seizures and cognitive events. Also, although brain activity is spontaneous and does not depend on a specific sensory stimuli, it might be easily altered by them, and these changes can also be seen in the findings. So, I read all that to tell you that they can literally see how music affects your brain, like literally. So those feelings that you feel, you're not the only one feeling it. When you say, oh, I put on that song, and just like Mobius was describing the way you feel when you have that smell, it's like it does something to you. And there's science behind it. And they have been like the article starts off, explaining, I guess, kind of the purpose or what are we looking to gain behind the scientific studies. And I'm telling you right now, they talking about trying to cure diseases and conditions and rehabilitations. I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna tell you all the good stuff, right? Why are we doing the research? Why are we trying to figure out this? I'm gonna tell you from the perspective of an American.
Okay.
Who sounds like we always beefing and want to fight with people.
Hmm.
We was trying to come out with a new weapon, nigga. Like, and this is really real, because what happened years ago with the whole cop, the chief went to the UK and they got the sirens on the car that make you throw up.
Oh,
the special sirens.
Yeah.
They go woo woo woo, and you can feel it in your chest. It's not just the sound of a siren; you literally feel it, and they start, I guess, putting it on the cop cars in DC or whatever.
It's the rumbler. It's the idea is to make you feel it, because as cars technology has gotten better and better, and they started double sealing the windows and stuff, it's harder and harder for you to hear the sirens.
Sure.
And so they add the rumbler to make it so you can feel it through your car.
Sure.
Now, what's the effect of that to bystanders on the streets?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the ability of it when it was originally created, like, it could literally make you sick. It could make you dizzy. It can, Are
you talking about the LRAD? Long range acoustic device, the big antenna looking thing that they point to you, and
Well, I guess yes. I'm talking about like the Big Brother version of what we have on the cop cars now.
Yeah, that's the LRAD.
Yeah. So absolutely, like, they have created these things. My point is, the research was done for a lot of different reasons. I feel weaponizing sound, period. And Mobius said I couldn't even get it on my brain. And so I just think we need to keep that in mind. Because if our own government is doing it, if other countries is doing it, if this is something that somebody has known for a very long time, and they're using it against people who have no idea that music has this level and this ability to control your mind.
Well, essentially they use it in psyops too. Yes. If you're a prisoner of war or something, or you're being tortured,
oh Lord,
well, they'll play very loudly a bunch of sounds or music. So if you're,
you up.
Yeah.
I've seen in one show, what was it? They play metal.
Yep.
Joe the dude crazy.
It's metal for some.
Yeah.
If that's your cup of tea, they're gonna play something smooth to mess up your
Yeah. So it's music, sound as a weapon, weaponizing sound. So anyway, let's get into more positive things about the topic. So what does music do to your brain? It provides a total brain workout. Research has shown that listening to music can reduce anxiety, blood pressure, and pain, as well as improve sleep quality, mood, mental alertness, and memory. Now, when I was doing research on, how to get more clicks and the things that people are interested in, all of these things, I had to keep in mind what I had to learn was about like frequencies and about like ADD and all of these different things. That took me down a rabbit hole on YouTube about the frequencies and stuff like that. And me personally, when I came home from the hospital with my daughter, I didn't want to have too much television on. I wanted to cleanse myself, as well as, keep introducing that to a minimum. So for a long time, we just had like Trapping in Japan, still images with music,
lo-fi hip hop girl.
Lo-fi, exactly, or just a whole lot of raindrops. I think for the first like month.
You want to know what's funny?
What, the raindrops?
No, just that was basically Mom. Like, she didn't like us listening to the world, so she would play classical music.
No, I play classical music.
You play classical music. Pops would listen to the oldie stuff, James
Nat
Brown.
King Cole.
Yeah. That was always them.
Mommy listened to old school stuff too, but she was like less. Because he was more around, and it was him being the party doing your.
I wasn't developed yet, so I remember classical music, and then after
that was me. That was to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I was playing that at night to go to sleep. See, from a young age, I knew that I had a problem falling asleep. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I went down this rabbit hole. I'm on YouTube. You know how YouTube gets you. You on YouTube for one thing. I end up doing sleep music. I'm getting into frequencies. I'm getting into all these different videos, and now it's so popular now to see a video listed on YouTube as this has a theta, alpha, whatever brain frequency wave, and it is going to make you do this. It's going to help you sleep better. It's going to help you relax. It's going to help you open up your mind. There's another one that says it's going to help you do that sleep wake dreaming thing. Like, this shit can get very dangerous if you're not careful with what you're putting in your brain. So anyway, y'all know we got that on the Unknown Unknowns channel. We actually have that, and I got a little introduction. So if you don't know, if this your first time listening, or you ain't really check out the channel, or there's more than just a podcast. There is, I think, one or two lo-fi. It don't say theta waves or nothing like that, but little sleep relaxation jumps. So if you ever need to throw one on, help the unknowns out. Yeah, yes, Mobius.
I have no problem.
I know, Mobius, it be stressing me out. Mobius can fall asleep standing,
walking, standing, mid conversation,
mid recording.
She's seen it.
Stressed.
She's seen it.
Stressed. But anyway, the point is, I unintentionally went down a rabbit hole of like, these waves and what's good for your brain, and seeing that it's become a popular thing. And so I do it
white too. It's the same with
the
white
noise. Yeah, the white noise, black noise, brown noise. Yeah, it's to help you relax, to help you slow it down, to reduce the anxiety, all of these different things. So just be mindful of what you're putting inside you. It comes out unconsciously. It's not just our dreams that are like unconscious mixes of mush, that we're seeing and we're dealing with, because that's how they try to describe dreams, like everything that's happened to you in your whole brain and that you've seen that day, and now you're having this dream which is a mush of everything, and you're lost and confused because you woke up because you smashing pineapples, and you're like, why are we doing this? Black Gallagher, okay, he smashed watermelon.
Black Gallagher ain't no bitch.
That shit was too funny. Shout out to Chappelle. So anyway, some more stuff. Pfizer said, music and mood. Listening to or making music increases blood flow to the brain regions that generate and control emotions. The limbic system, which is involved in processing emotions and controlling memory, lights up when your ears perceive music. So I'm feeling like maybe this wasn't the EEG machine, or it sounds like maybe it was another machine, but they can see it lighting up in your brain. You just it's sparking, it's excited, you're stimulated from the music. Now, how you're stimulated, it depends on the wave, the beat, the tone, all of these different things that we have to keep in mind. And so with that, I want to move on to our second favorite songs.
Okay, you go first this time.
So it was really hard for me to pick a particular song. So I picked the artist, and then unfortunately this artist has a million fucking awesome songs. So should I talk about the rabbit hole artist or the happy artist?
Whichever came to mind first.
The one that came to mind first was definitely Gucci Mane. There was definitely a period of, let me say, right before I went to college. Everybody was a fan of So Icy, but I wasn't. But somehow I came around the bend and I fell for Jeezy, and then I fell for Gucci, and then it was a wrap.
Gucci gang.
Wow, this guy, not Little Pump. And so, yeah, I'm gonna say Gucci Mane. But the song, I was looking at one song, and I wasn't intentionally trying to do this because the topic is be careful what's in your mind, be positive.
My bad.
Mobius is reckless, scrolling on the gram, watching videos while we're recording. Anyway, so the song that came to my head because of the tone of the episode was Super Bad. Gucci Mane. She's a bad bitch, super bad bitch, super bad bitch, bad bitch, super bad bitch, super bad bad. Okay, yes, right? Because the tone is positivity. But when I was looking that up, The song that I really was cranking to, and it's not good. I shouldn't even sing any of it. But it's I'm swerving, all of my niggas be serving. Pull up to the curb service. What you want, nigga? Hey, God, that joke was quirky. Anyway, so yeah, Gucci Mane definitely played a huge like part of my, I guess, initially being an adult period, because I feel like we had this conversation a million times, like 18, 19, 20, 21, you don't even know what an adult is. Like, you are putting on your adult training wheel drawers, you're not grown by any means. But yeah, it definitely speaks for like the period and the place that I was in my life during my college years and my early graduation, the vibes of trap music and all of that. One of the artists that I didn't bring up earlier, Blink 182, definitely kind of followed me into the early college years. Rock music didn't really hang on that much. Going to school in Florida introduced me to reggaeton. So I don't want to just not give them any credit. Reggaeton, that was definitely something different for me. Going to college in Orlando, Florida, like that's where it's at. It's popping. To yep, Daddy Yankee, Pitbull, all of that. So yeah, that was definitely cranking for me. Just like just kind of artists and music of my time. And then the pedos, the Lost Prophets. So we're not gonna get into that at the moment, okay. But yeah,
I got at that point, I was living with my dad. Pretty much, because this would be from middle. You went to Florida, so that's for me middle school, late middle school to high school, and then that's a different list because high school and going forward. So circa 2007-ish, at that point, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out.
Ooh, and GTA Radio, everybody was on GTA Radio hard, like, bro, this dope.
They had a great lineup of soundtrack, and
in the stations,
all
stations, yeah.
And it's funny because as I played it as an adult coming back, I started listening to like the indie kind of radio stuff, the rock stuff. But as a kid going forward to it, I had just started listening to dudes like Common and most stuff.
Right.
Like my hip hop journey basically started from like 8th grade going forward. And
only because it was cut after me and you separated.
Yeah.
Because you was way younger than that when I was cranking Eminem.
Yeah. My independent.
When Marshall Mathers came out. Yeah. That's the Eminem I had you listen to.
Yeah. Yeah. My independent.
Because I'm gonna kill
journey.
you. You don't want to with me. You was like, yeah. I hate mom too. No, let's get it together. We was both angry.
The real Slim Shady. No, that was your favorite.
That was the favorite. I'm Slim Shady.
My name is what? My name is Slim Shady. That was my favorite, Jane. But so I had just started my independent hip hop journey. So I was listening to a lot of Common and a lot of most stuff.
Yeah, that was like most of the gifts I gave him was Busta Rhymes on Common CD.
Yeah. So I want to
lyrics.
I want to throw them in there.
Lyrics.
Yeah.
That's all Mobius was on was lyrics. He wasn't here for all this rah beat.
The beats too.
He was always an old
but I want to throw them in. But specifically, this time frame for me was John Coltrane's Giant Steps. I was listening to in GTA 4. The station is Jazz Nation Radio, and I basically started a whole movement in like my class listening to jazz and shit because it was just me and dudes who just vibed with it. And we be in the library, like like it was something. John Coltrane's. This is Giant Steps, his 5th studio album by jazz musician John Coltrane, released in 1960. This record is regarded as one of the most influential jazz albums of all time.
Wow.
Like it is
nice. And the cover's looking ill.
Yeah, it's just him shredding. That's just this album is just under 40 minutes. So that's one of them that definitely spoke to my still jazzy brain at the time before rock took over.
Yes. I was wondering when you was going to throw my man in there.
So the second one was this is Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix was my late high school, mid to late high school, like 10th grade-ish, all the way to when I graduated. And I could have chose any song. In fact, originally I chose Power of Soul, the live version with the band of Gypsies that he did. I chose that as my first pick because I listened to the crap out of that song. I think the best, most full circle of me listening to Hendrix, I think Are You Experience is probably the best culmination of my tastes at that time listening to him. I'd be talking for
peace, man.
Yeah, I'd be talking for 20 minutes if I tried to break down the lyrics and all that stuff. So I'm just going to not. You should listen to it if you haven't heard of it. Ever since I was a kid, I had been listening to Hendrix. I just didn't know it from movies.
Yo, and that's how it be when you young.
Culture.
And we was just, I don't know who I was just talking to about that. How like you know the songs from your childhood, but you don't know until you get older. I feel like I go through this with our sister sometimes. Like I name stuff, and I really think she don't know, but then she might know, and then it has to dawn on me like this song is so popular, it has surpassed time and space. Like let's make it deep.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like music
and all of perpetuity and shit. Like
and just like it and it transcends reality. I don't know. It does so many things to your body, your mind. Yeah, music is life.
One of those songs, art is life. Yeah. Specifically, All Along the Watchtower was a song in the pretty much every Vietnam movie ever. Like that's one song that was by Hendrix. That's
that's the one.
No, that's no, that's Crosstown Traffic. You're just like Crosstown Traffic.
I didn't even know what he's saying in that song. But that's in hella war movies. Okay, so what's the one you talking about?
All Along the Watchtower is dun 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 dun, and somebody's going dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Hella war movies.
Yeah.
Bro, when we talk about niggas' estates getting checks.
Yeah.
Bro, we gotta do a whole nother, like, I think in January we should do a music part 2.
Yeah.
On Spotify. I want to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta get it. Like, this is the future. Residuals. We got this dear zombie pandemic about to come. Niggas need to find out how to get multiple streams of income in case we can't leave the house again. Like,
all right, bro. What else you got?
Question. Does sad music make you sad?
It depends.
Well, so BetterHelp, I don't know, some type of YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, ad therapy. I keep seeing the ads is what I'm trying to say on everything. BetterHelp was the first Google response. It says, every person is different. And if you notice that sad songs are making you feel worse, it may be advisable to stop listening to them and seek support of a mental health professional. Now, of course, they're saying that because they are selling mental health services. But the next statement, however, research suggests that in general, listening to sad music may actually be beneficial for those with symptoms of depression. I feel like that's a very like mixed, what is it called? A subjective or objective question that's being posed.
Because
go ahead.
Pumped Up Kick is a pretty tragic song. It's literally about a school shooting.
Word.
You know, foster the people. Foster the kids, right? All something, pumped up kicks, you better run.
Oh, shit.
Run my gun. All this something with the pumped up kicks, you better run.
That's
faster
rough.
than my bullet. And it sounds happy.
That tune sounds
you might
very
remember
happy.
It's a happy
that's
sound.
Not,
song.
Oh, that's like Ring Around the Rosie. Come to find out, why you playing this shit?
You remember this one? No.
Who the fuck listened to Lily Allen? Trash.
It was one of those 90s songs, 90s, early 2000s. We can cut that part out. But anyway.
Right, we gonna get flagged for this. We could cut it out. Who gonna cut it out?
You can cut that part.
Right.
All right, what else?
What I wanted to say was, Mom used to say that to me all the time. You keep listening to that sad ass music, and I also partially felt like it was always rock music, so she wasn't really with it.
No, she wasn't listening to any of it, which is why I listen to a lot of instrumental music. So it would sound heavy and intense, and then Mom's like ready, pointing her finger, waiting for them to say something that she couldn't understand, and she
something
just like
out of pocket. It's the devil.
And I'm just like, you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing.
There
it's
are
the same,
no
it's,
words.
It's the same thing.
It's the same
I talk
song.
so monotone and so boring, like your teacher from science class, because I got beat I got whoopings one too many times for tone issues.
Damn, nigga.
So
we not
you
playing
can't.
these.
I don't like your tone. What tone, Mom? I love you. Okay, bye. So
So
I love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom.
My personal opinion about that, though, I do agree. If you're in a really bad place, it could definitely make it worse. But I feel like in my teenagehood, it was more about the relatability. If I'm sad and I'm listening to a sad song, it's reminding me that I'm not the only one feeling sad in the world. But when you are in such a dark space, it's almost reversed on you because it can also help you go deeper and deeper and darker down the rabbit hole. So it's like somebody just shot your man, and instead of you feeling the sad feelings of loss, you are angry, and then you put on angry music, and now your angry music is telling you to go do the drill that you already wanted to do in the first place, because if you're about that life, your first thought was vengeance. Who I gotta come for? Who the one who got my family member out the way? Whether it's a drive-by, a shooting, a car accident, or just a robbery going wrong. Like, it could be a situation that was completely accidental, unintentionally violent, but the feelings will still be of revenge, of anger, of hatred, of who can I take this out on, or whose fault is it? And when you listen to that music, it can egg you on. Now, of course, there's some people who are just so wide open that any type of feelings that you present to them, it becomes magnified inside themselves, and they have a hard time controlling it. And I don't know what that mental health illness is called, but I know that I just call it sensitive. Some people are very super sensitive to what is going on around them. There's some people that you can't yell around them because they're taking it personally. You could be yelling at and talking to a whole nother person, but they are starting to feel those negative feelings, and it's not just the tone or something. I don't know how it's not just the tone. It's it's everything. It's the tone. It's the waves. It's the physical energy. What they call it, your essence, your aura. These things that is screening from your body that we can't even see, and that we don't even realize that we're bringing into people's homes, into people's personal space. You have to be mindful. A lot of what we're talking about is just the mindfulness around the music, around what you listen to, around what you're letting inside yourself. Because come on, TV shows too. You're listening to these words. And so if you're in a struggle or a place of confusion and you're trying to make up your mind, you need to listen to or watch or be more privy to the things that involve your goals and the positive things, not the bad things. The thing that's going to help you move forward, not the things that are going to hold you back or help you stay in those moments. There is a gospel song, and I'm just going to say this one part. Only for one night, though. Only one night, though. That's what they say over and over. You could cry, you could be sad, you could be depressed, you could be angry, you could want to fight people, you want to kill people, you want to drink, you want to smoke, you want to do drugs. Only for one night, though. Because you can't let this hold you back. If we're doing it today and tomorrow and next week and next month, no. Like, where is the self-control? Where is the pulling yourself out of the situation? Because one thing for real is your feelings will consume you. And your feelings are dangerous. They the most flip-flopping hypocrites.
Get stuck in your head.
You motherfuckers want to talk about other motherfuckers, but your feelings are the fakest person you will ever meet. And it's something I want to say, and it touches on the other thing, but it's really fucked up. So this is a trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
The band that I wanted to talk to that I didn't want to get to touch too much on, Lost Prophet. There was a time period where that music definitely touched me during my mental health issues. But the reason why I didn't want to bring it up is like, oh, I really love this band. And I even stopped listening to the band because the lead singer is a convicted pedophile, Ian Watkins. He got stabbed in prison, but I guess he's not dead. He's an alt metal singer, Welsh, serving 29 years in jail for the grape of a child. So edit it out. For graping a child and conspiracy to grape a baby. He was taken hostage in August and stabbed up by some inmates because he's already 10 years in his sentence. Anyway, so the band is something that affected me. The music is something that affected me. Was unfortunate and absolutely disgusting is that we can't talk about music or in life nowadays, right? We can't talk about nothing, reality, nothing without what's the other word for that? What they say on YouTube? Instead of, I guess they just say pedos, right?
Pedos.
And this is also a part of the current events. This is very unfortunate. I'm bringing this up because he's been in jail for 10 years, but him getting stabbed up in jail by inmates being like, oh, that's the guy who raping babies? 10 years you just getting stabbed up? Anyway, it's very unfortunate that this is where we are.
Yeah.
We're in a current state of not only you have to be careful with your ears, but your kids' ears, your baby's ears, your body, explaining to them to be careful with their bodies. Like, we're in a place of it's not safe.
YouTube kids ain't safe, y'all.
Yo, for real. Mobius, how you reading my mind? When I tell you me and Mobius have not really sat through and planned what we're going to say, he's literally reading my mind of how I'm trying to bridge the gap and what I'm telling y'all right now. What we are thinking is safe, okay? We run to music. It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel love. It makes you feel whatever those emotions that you want to feel. That's a feeling of safety, but it's not safe. The music ain't safe. The lyrics ain't safe. The TV ain't safe. Your kids ain't safe. Fuck, we in the rabbit hole. We deep. We in the dirt. We muddy. How can we get out? You have to pay attention, bro. You have to pay attention. Whatever your kids listen to, whatever you listen to, don't just listen to it on a song. I challenge you. All the songs you bang with, go look up the lyrics. I challenge you.
I don't got none.
If you don't bang with this nigga with the instrumentals, he try to slide. I listen to instrumentals. Ain't no lyrics. They playing 666 on the guitar. I don't know how they did it, but I'm sure somebody came up with a way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's just really unfortunate. Like, this thing going on with Sean Diddy Combs. Come on, Puff Daddy with Cassie and the new 10, 15 shorties that's like sexual assault, revenge porn, choking us out, selling our bodies. Bro, like, we just went this with Kale. We went through this with Kales. Now we going through it again. Like, it's never ending. The things, the danger, the zombies, the stress. Music can be your safe haven, but you got to be very, very careful. Look at these lyrics. Have an understanding of subliminal messages. You know, we about to wrap it up. Subliminal messages are hidden words or images that are not consciously perceived, but may influence one's attitudes and behaviors. We are in a place where we are being told with visuals and audio that touching children is normal. And this is what my place is, because this is not something that's being generally said, right? But how else are we to look at it as not being normalized when every person we find out is touching kids don't ever go to jail, or don't ever get the death penalty, or always magically disappear? The Epstein list ain't being released till January. Everybody who knew R. Kelly when he was doing what he's doing, Jay-Z doing a whole album with R. Kelly, knowing what was going on with R. Kelly, still gonna do the music, still gonna go on tour, still gonna get the money. Everybody who's working with Diddy knowing what he's been doing to Cassie. Because that's what all the stories coming out now is, oh, we saw how he treated her, but we didn't know that it was as deep as all the stuff that came out. Somebody knew, and y'all turning y'all neck and y'all turning y'all head and y'all not speaking up because there is a check involved. So y'all need to understand, the people that's making this music in the industries, they getting a check too. So if somebody tell them to say 666 on the track, hey, they gonna do it. I'm struggling for over 10 years now to walk away from Drake. He is still on top and I'm struggling. Because every song I listen to from back in the day that I'm cranking with, and even some recent ones, you yelling 666 in the background. What's the energy? What's the vibe that you trying to pass me? Because you're not trying to give me six nitrogen. Do you know about the good 666?
No.
Let me see what it is. 6 nitrogen or 6 neurons. 6 carbon, 6 nitrogen, 6 oxygen. I think that's what it is. You know, it's people out here that is on this 6 God stuff, and it's supposed to be non-religious. That's what I'm talking about, these people. Oh, no. Oh, carbon is. Oh, and we're carbon. So, my bad. 6 carbon, 7 nitrogen, 8 oxygen. 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8. Listen, I can't. They are trying to disassociate religion or creator, and they're trying to make it...
With the same thing with, like, the peace, the OK sign, and the white power.
We didn't even
all
know.
That stuff like
we didn't even know.
It's BS.
What's BS?
It's
The
BS.
rabbit hole is BS.
The idea.
This is a hand sign in the Illuminati code book that means something.
I'm specifically talking about WP.
Oh no,
its relationship to that. The Illuminati thing, I'm not talking about. Specifically talking about how supremacist groups try to co-opt that to mean.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's changing.
I think
words.
It's a recruitment tactic, right? Like if you hate people and you hate stuff, then you could easily join this gang and hate with us.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand what Mobius is saying. Like there is people who really about that life, and then there is people who are pretending to be about that life to get clout, to get notice, to get power, to get success. It's a whole lot of faking and flogging going on in attempt to be down with the real thing. Like when I feel like rappers is making jokes, I want to join the Illuminati, or if I was in the Illuminati, blah blah blah. Why would you even put that in your lyrics if you was really about that life for real? Mm-hmm. Or is that a task that they have bestowed upon you? I don't know. But absolutely the point is, it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. You know what song that is. We have to be careful. We have to be careful. Words are spells, and we need to get it together. Let me get out of this pedo rabbit hole with this last thing. I was looking up this article. Russell Brand popped up. So Russell Brand had an assistant. This guy named Gimme Savile, Savile, was like, oh, bring a shorty over. He was like, I got an assistant. He said, bring her over butt naked. They laughed and giggled. This is on, I guess, a talk show, radio show, something. It aired. It came out. It was public in BBC, whatever. They feeling some type of way. Gimme Savile died at 84 years old. Come to find out, he done sexually abused over 500 people. Why are we just talking about this September 2023? He died 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago, this Savile guy. Like, when I say this is just now coming out, it's motherfuckers who know what's been going on for a long time. And these people are the ones who are the directors, creators, and owners of Nickelodeon, YouTube Kids, Netflix Kids, Amazon Kids, like whatever bro, these people, they are industry people. They are industry people. They are controlling the content that is coming out regularly. And guess what? It's to attack your children's mind, body, and spirit. Last thing, Nick Cannon said, I don't let my kids watch these kids shows because there's something in the shows that make them want to, he said, either do something to themselves. No, he said feel less than. Mm-hmm. There are some of these cartoons that when your child watch them, they fondling their mouth, they're grabbing on their body parts. You really need to pay attention. You really need to pay attention. The rabbit hole, be careful, watch out, is deeper than you thought. That's it. That's the message. It's all deeper than you think it is. Don't ever tell nobody, calm down, and it ain't that serious. Mm-hmm.
Or that will never happen.
Ooh, Mobius just came on another one. Because that's dangerous. That's dangerous. As soon as you think something ain't going to happen, or as soon as you say it out your mouth, somebody out here watching and they waiting to contradict your ass about everything that you're talking about. And relax. That's my favorite thing. I'm always going to say relax. My, I guess, last little bit of positive rabbit hole I want to get into before we wrap this up. What's your current day favorite song? Baby Tate, don't nobody know who it is.
Oh, the one that died, supposedly?
No, what the fuck are you talking about? Who died? Baby Tate and Flo Milli. This is a song that I'm coming into 2024 trying. This song came out in 2020. I ain't get a wind of it probably till like last year or something. But it's something that I'm bringing into 2024 that I've been trying to make sure that I say out loud and to my daughter. And I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am that bitch. I'm going to go and get that bag and I'm not going to take your shit. I am protected, well respected. I'm a queen. I'm a dream. I do what I want to do. And I'm who I want to be because I am me. Okay?
All right.
So the question is, how do I give off positive vibes? First, you give it to yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to read what it say. First, you give it to yourself.
Can't nobody make you happy.
And then it is just going to come out. It's going to drip out your pores.
And people want to be around you and they want to be positive. I mean, don't get me wrong. People will try to steal your energy, but
absolutely,
the more
vampires.
It's surrounding yourself with like-minded people and just people who are moving forward, you know,
And believe in you and positive.
yeah, and then they want to be a part of that, and they recognize that you are also doing something, and it's just a good feedback loop, and that's what you need sometimes anyway.
Go to Rasta CLAT.com. They have an article, 13 powerful ways to give off good vibes. Check it out. But like I said, first work with yourself. And so I don't believe in I'm not gonna say I don't believe in mantras, but just a word. A mantra is a sacred utterance, a numinous sound, a syllable, word, or phonemes. Mobius is not helpful. Phonemes, or a group of words believed by practitioners to have religious, magical, or spiritual powers. It's a ritual. Take some words that mean something to you and say it every day. So for me, in the spirit of using this term mantra, for me it's just a spell when you speaking life into yourself. So we're talking about the non-witchcraft version. Take control over yourself. That's also part of the reason why you should read the Bible regularly, is so you are casting the spell of understanding and faith over yourself, believing that God has the ability to do this, wash over you, whatever the case is. Non-religiously, take some words, make it your mantra, say it to yourself every day, remind yourself that you are loved, that you are worthy, that you are important. That's what my recommendation is moving into 2024. Think positive, be positive, share love, be of the love and the positivity that you want for yourself, especially if you're dealing with depression and anxiety. There is no pill that's going to fix it. This is not an overnight thing. You have to do it for yourself. How to break a habit? I've heard things like 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. This one says from 18 to 254 days.
Damn.
If you go to AA meeting, this niggas who in there talking about something, I've been coming for 10 years and I'm still thinking about a drink, nigga. So I don't want you to be defeated, but you know, there are psychological ways that you can brainwash yourself. And 7, 14, 21, 18 to 254 days. All you have to do is try your best to be consistent. Change your own mind. Love your own self. Believe in your own self. And just surround yourself by positivity. So go ahead, Mobius, with whatever your favorite song is.
Don't worry, be happy.
Oh my goodness,
No,
he gonna hit us with the Bob Miss Arlie.
I was gonna say that earlier,
it.
But then you went somewhere else with it. Alright, I gotta make this quick.
That wasn't even the right whistle, so don't worry.
Alright.
Cause every little
so
thing
I got
to
to late high school, going into college. I was introduced to the band Animals as Leaders from the area of Washington D.C. This song is called Wave of Babies, and it came out in 2010, right around when the gent phase was really like exploding. You know, this is after Asking Alexandria, this is after dubstep, you know, this is gent and then, you know, I can't really explain it, but I was introduced to it at a band practice one day. We were just kind of killing time and looking at artists and stuff, and then here comes Tosin Abasi just shredding on his 7/8 string guitar, and I think fundamentally it changed my taste in music right then and there, because at that point I heard about the band later on in college back in 2014, and somebody's like, yeah, it's gent, and I'm trying to figure out how to spell that.
That's what I was about to say. You keep saying words, and our listeners gonna be like, "What the f is he talking about?" It's like either you know or you don't know. It's Gent.
DJ.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. Degent.
Yeah.
DJ
ENT.
Look it up. It's weird.
It's an onomatopoeia for the sound that the guitar makes.
Here.
Dun, 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 dun. That's gent. Okay.
Wow,
so,
that's hilarious.
So then the other side of that coin is, in high school, a buddy of mine who's still active duty in the military, he introduced me into this band called Toe. It's a Japanese math rock band.
Math rock.
And
Stress.
I was like, that sounds stupid. Toe is a weird name for a band. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
And then I sat down and listened to it, and that was the other rabbit hole that it's the current course for the music that I listen to now.
Nice.
Which is even more progressive instrumental stuff. I've dialed it back a little bit. I'm listening to more normal stuff, but you know, so I chose American football because I had the opportunity to go see them in Ohio not too long ago. I drove up there, and it, man, when you talk about like just a special moment, that band had been, they broke up they called it quits years ago, and then the demand for them was so intense that they would come back every so often, play a couple shows, and then disappear again. And
Into the dark.
yeah. And so they've been doing that. Then Algernon Cadwallader, another math rock band from the Philadelphia area, came out, and they actually called it quits. They grew up and did stuff and things, and I had graduated high school, and I went to get pizza with my dad, and I watched one of their performances from 10 years ago.
Wow.
Which at that point in time was, that summer. This was a show they had played that summer, and it was the energy from the crowd, the energy from the band was something I'd never really seen before. Not like that, where I felt like I was in that room with them. And so I also had the chance to see them play live, and in a room that explicitly says no crowd surfing, and people did it, and it was beautiful. I enjoyed every moment that I was in that concert, and I was, so math rock, post-hardcore, shoegaze, it's all adjacent. I love it all. Yuck is a British rock band that came out in 2009. I was listening to them before I started getting into toe and stuff. Honorable mention. That's it. Listen to your music. Just be careful with what it's telling you.
Bruh, for real. Match energies, bruh.
Match that energy.
Match that energy, bro. Like, and even that's not good all the time. Like, surpass it. Decide what it is that you want to feel, regardless of what you're currently feeling. Like, we have to make these decisions for ourselves, because like I said, we can't trust our feelings, we can't trust these emotions, you know what I'm saying? But what is it that you want to happen in your life? That's what you need to trust, that you really want what you want, and that's for the best for yourself, not anybody else. You got to put God first, but then yourself, because why else would we even care about God if we didn't care about self? Let's keep it real. It was selfish as I don't know what. But yeah, like I said, all positive vibes, man. I'm so grateful we made it through 2023. It's been a crazy year, both family, mental health, a lot of death still every day, all the time. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta be careful. It's never wrong with feeling your feelings while you feeling them. But make sure that it's conducive to you. Make sure there's a benefit to what you're going through. And make sure you let the people know that's around you. Because whether you know it or not, you're taking it out on them.
Mm-hmm.
Your feelings, your emotion, your anger, your sadness, they are feeling it in some type of way, even if they're not even letting you know they feeling it. So, from the unknown unknowns, 2023, it's about to be 2024. We ain't going nowhere. We still gonna be kicking those. If you want to hop on, you already know, hit us on the IG. It's the unknown, period, unknowns. But instead of a O, it's a 0. And instead of a S on the second one,
it's a 5.
You know what I'm saying? So
I plead the 5th.
Whatever you say. 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4.
FIBE.
5th. What he said. 5th. What Trump said. 5th. What all crooked politicians say. 5th. Anyway, you already know what it is. We're going to catch you in the 2024. It's your girl, Shady, a.k.a. Cartier.
It's your boy, Mobius. Go watch that new Scott Pilgrim.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me? This is almost news, guys.
It's news.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
I don't even know what he's talking about. Now I gotta go find out.
Scott Pilgrim. It's on Netflix.
He didn't even tell me.
It's only one season and it's supposed to be self-contained. But Radio Maru, if you're listening to this, and I know you won't be, but if somebody's listening to this,
help!
Let's get a second season going on, man.
Wow.
It was really good.
All right, man. You know what it is. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and thanks for Dead Island, Mobius. Still cranking it out. If you want a game with your girl Shady, aka Cartier, on Xbox, you know what it is. Peace out.
Hold my drink, bitch. Hold my drink, bitch. Hold my drink, bitch. Hold my drink, bitch. I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. I'm one of the best looking motherfuckers.